Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Barefoot Jeff. This is my second video. The first video, hopefully you've watched it. If not, go back and watch it after this. And also be sure to subscribe and then hit that bell button up at the top. It's below the video, but same place where you subscribe. And it will give you a notification of when the next videos will be coming out. I am going to be putting together around 10 to 15 videos between now and the time that hopefully things will open back up to start doing some traveling. So right now I'm just going through and talking about past trips that I've taken, some video and some pictures and photos of them. So I hope you enjoyed that first video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. This video is a little bit about why I decided to start a channel. I'll talk more about that. I got a little surprise announcement at the end. Let's get started. So I left the United States back in September of 2019, last year, to head to the Philippines. So the first day I found my hotel, stayed a couple nights there, and during those 2 nights I found an apartment over in IT Park. Then within a day or so I found the office space that I wanted. At that point I started doing some hiring, talking to some. IT Park is where a lot of places like Amazon, Google, Delta, and different companies have their call centers, so it's pretty popular for that. So I was kind of, I guess, asking people that were coming out to see if they knew anybody that was looking for a job in a call center. Also did some advertising, found my staff, moved into our office space, and got kind of settled in. Loved the Philippines. I enjoyed some of the street food. Got a haircut there. It was 40 pesos, which equals 80 cents. At a little local place. It was kind of on the corner of a street. It was nice. He did a great job. He's a straight razor. So October, my birthday, the end of October, October 26th, I decided to take a trip to Thailand, to Phuket. So I flew in there and spent a lot of time on some beautiful beaches, Kamala Beach, Bang Tao. There's another beach called Hidden or Secret Beach, and rented a scooter, drove around, had some great food, some great Thai food, and then I celebrated my birthday. It was a Sunday at Cafe Del Mar. Shout out to Chef Garfield. He gave me some birthday sushi, and then another staff there got a glass of wine for me. I think he was trying to think of his name. He was from either Switzerland or Sweden. But had a great time there for my birthday. Enjoyed it real well. It was a short trip. I just wanted to kind of take a little bit of break because I was working pretty much 7 days a week and needed a little bit of break, and wanted to celebrate it there in Thailand. When I got back in Cebu, which is the part of the Philippines that my office was in, which is the IT Park, I rented a motorbike for a couple days and drove around all of Cebu. Incredible beaches, great people. Thank you, great food. She was a good singer right there. Very good singer. I enjoyed the entertainment, and food was excellent. I kind of tried to drive along the ocean. It was a very scenic view. There was one area that you could go diving with the whale sharks. I'm gonna have to save that next time I come to the Philippines. And then I needed to get back for work and ended up driving about 7 or 8 hours one day. That was pretty rough. It came Christmas time and New Year's. I decided to take off back over to Thailand and celebrate New Year's and Christmas back in Phuket. So I had a great time there for the New Year's celebration with a lot of fireworks. It was gorgeous along the beach. Went by several beach clubs there, including Cafe Del Mar. Another one was Catch Beach Club, and went by some of the beaches and just really enjoyed myself there. Then came back, knew I was going to start getting a new office when I got back into the Philippines. So anyway, I got back to the Philippines. We were moving into a bigger office. We hired some more people, and during that time on the weekends, I decided to take some weekend trips to an island called Bohol. And there is a little small mammal. I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's only found on this island in Philippines. It's a cute little thing. It's one of the smallest mammals, I think, in the world. Went to some beaches, and I kind of did this trip as kind of a weekend trip for several weekends in a row. Anyway, yay! So I pulled over trying to switch that over, and just today's been a great day. Driving along the coast, had a haircut and shave from a barber. Total cost 100 pesos, 50 for the shave, 50 for the haircut, which is $2. I met some local Filipinos that were drinking some beers liter beers on a Sunday. They offered, so I stayed. Drove along the coast, as I said, and heading up to Chocolate Hills, which should be green this time of the year. But I'll film this for a little bit, then as long as there's something scenic, and we'll go from here. Then all of a sudden, the virus started getting some news in the Philippines in February. I started seeing signs, everybody was starting to wear masks. Then in March, it started picking up, and right before March, I decided I was running low on money for the company, and the virus was starting to hit. So I decided, thought long and hard on it, and decided to shut the company down. Wasn't happy about that, but I just felt like it was the right thing. Felt like it was the right thing to do. So I decided to stop off in Phuket, Thailand on my way back to the United States. After shutting the company down, I decided to, and the virus was picking up, I decided to probably a good idea to come back to the United States. So I stopped. A friend was celebrating his 50th birthday in Phuket, and he was coming in a few more days, so I got there a couple days before he did. Spent the morning at the beach and the day at the beach, had a beautiful time. Went to Catch Beach Club for sunset, had a great time, and then so after having the accident, they took me to the public hospital. I stayed there for a couple days. It was not good. They didn't have air conditioning, didn't see a doctor, and my phone lost its charge, so and didn't have travel insurance. So people, be sure to get travel insurance. Actually, look in under the description. I'll have a little link for travel insurance on there, so if you do need to get that. Luckily, a friend of mine, Diane, shout out to you, started GoFundMe, and all my friends on Facebook. We raised a good bit of money, which helped me to move into a private hospital, and I was there for about a week and a half. So I think total I was almost in the hospital close to 2 weeks. The private hospital was a little bit different. Hello. I walking on my own this morning. They were gonna put me back in bed. I was like, no. We did x-rays, and finally I had inflated my lungs enough to do the x-rays, enough to read what they're supposed to read. Still, I still have a little bit of a collapsed lung, but I could breathe deep enough to finally have the x-rays be successful. Of course, we had the CAT. Said it'll take a couple months for the ribs to knit together fully, and about 6 months to be completely healed up, as long as there's no complications, of course. So, the only thing I was worried about was pneumonia, because of the collapsed lung. So, it's been a tough time. Oh, thank y'all. Hard being on the other side of the world sometimes, like this. Not sometimes, well, yeah. Yesterday was definitely a good day, and today it'll be even better. So I should be able to get out of here and ride a scooter on out of here soon. I'm out of the hospital. Lungs still a little weak, but I don't think they're collapsed anymore from the x-rays, so that's good. Just still have a little trouble breathing some. This place is a ghost town. Nice place by the beach, but everything's about 80% off right now, so it's pretty cheap. Dirt cheap, actually. So I don't know when I'm coming back, but trying to figure out the flight situation, because there's no direct flights. I gotta get out of this island. Then either I've got to make at least probably 2 other connections to get back to the United States. And right now I'm not really in a condition to fly. I'm sitting up right now, but I can only do that for so long before it starts hurting. Not the sharp pains that I had before, but still hurts to sit up for any length periods of time. Really homesick, and I guess the only fear right now, I'm not ready to get on the plane just because lungs a little bit for breathing. I don't know if that'll be a factor, but that's not really keeping me. It's really just the sitting up, and all the travel to the airport and waiting and possible cancellation on flights because all the connections I got to make to get back to the States. See sort of the view there. So not too bad, but I'd rather be back in Atlanta right now, to be quite honest. Since there's really nobody at this hotel, it's pretty isolating here. You do learn one thing. No matter how beautiful it is, if there's no people around, it kind of sucks. Fact. So, let's switch that view. So, nice view. But so if anybody wants to come out, fly out here, come on. So after about a week of being out, they're starting to shut down the United States and starting to shut down Phuket, the flights. I actually ended up taking the last flight out coming back to the United States, and that went smoothly. Luckily, I had just one stop off in Korea, and I had wheelchairs set up along the way, and luckily I got to be able to have business class. Thanks for the on the GoFundMe, because I definitely needed it for laying down. I couldn't sit up for that long. But I made it back to the United States, and ever since then, things have been getting better. So I got back into the United States, and then all of a sudden depression kind of set in. You know, we were being quarantined across the United States, across the world in a lot of instances. I was still recovering from the injury. I got something called a frozen shoulder, which is a symptom from the injury, so I was having trouble moving my arm. Still kind of depressed about losing my company, and I was talking with a friend of mine, and he just said, Jeff, I said, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about work. I still do some tree work, but I really want to travel, and I can't do that with the tree work as much. So that was one of the reasons I was starting the call center in the Philippines. So he asked me, what would I do if money was an object? And I said, well, travel, of course. I said, but I'm not sure I'd make money doing that. He mentioned to go check out a couple YouTube videos on people that travel. They do it full time, and they have huge followers. One of the guys was Lost LeBlanc, Christian LeBlanc, and really enjoyed his videos. He's been doing it for about 6 years, has 1.5 million people following him. So he actually had a course. I've taken that course, learned a lot on that. So I had started the channel, and the first video went out 1 week ago, went out the previous Saturday. Have presently, right now, 4 days later, or 3 days later, I guess 4 days later, I've got over 1,000 views, and we've had over 100 people subscribe to the channel. So I'm real happy with the results on that. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. I'll have another one coming out in about another week. It'll be more specifically on different countries and trips I took. So I look forward to making that for you. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, and then that little bell notification. When you do that, it will notify you all videos that come out. Also hit the likes and comment if you like it, and be sure to share it as well. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. All right, bye.